Good day, everyone. First of all, before I give you an update on the status for things happening in the town of Conception Bay South, I first want to say, please continue to go to the provincial and federal government websites for all your health and safety concerns. These guys have a great website set up. And just let me say, I believe they're doing a great job under the circumstances they've been dealt. So please go to those two websites for any health and safety questions that you may have. Now for an update from the town of Conception Bay South. I guess as most of you know by now, our town office has been closed, as well as all our recreation facilities for the last number of days, and all our town buildings, for example, have been shut down. We've now expanded that since we last spoke to include playgrounds, for example. So it's important that we not go to playgrounds because that's an easy way of transferring, and that's one of the things that came out in our communications with municipalities within the region. As well, our dog park in Sergeant Ed Nugent's field has also been shut down. I just want to say, although we have some shutdowns, of course, we do have our municipal enforcement officers who are out and about, keeping an eye on all our facilities and keeping track of things that are happening and making sure that people don't come together at these sites to spread the COVID-19. One of the things that we did this week as well is we expanded a tax relief program. So realizing that COVID-19 would certainly have financial implications to the residents here in our town, we took a two-pronged approach to this. The first thing we did was anyone that's making monthly payments on their taxes, that can now be suspended until the 1st of July. So you have to go to finance@conceptionbaysouth.ca, apply for that. It won't be done automatically. You have to reach out to town officials and have that put in place. One thing that we are doing across the board for everybody, the second thing I should say that we're doing across the board for everybody, is we're dismissing interest on overdue tax accounts. So a lot of people struggle to pay their taxes, and all of us on council realize that, and we certainly didn't want to increase the burden on our residents. So what we've done in the interim is suspend all interest on all outstanding tax accounts until the 1st of July as well. Services. We have been providing essential services, all of you know. We just recently had a snow event, and I'm sure most of you people saw plows on your roads. We've been doing that strategically. Basically, we've had people, our plow operators, showing up at different times to make sure we continue to listen to the Chief Medical Officer of the province and practice our distance from each other. And also, of course, other precautions have been taken, and we've had our occupational health and safety officer within the town dealing with every single incident that we've been doing. We've had them dealing with. One of the other things that we've been doing, of course, is inspections. These inspections have been done when nobody else was in the property or in the house that was being inspected. Having said that, we've been working again with our occupational health and safety officer. We're trying to come up with new ways of doing that through technology. Now, whether that will work or not, time will tell. But we're still trying to advance the cause of this new situation that we're in, and trying to do things outside the norm, if you will, to get the business of the town flowing. There's obviously a lot of things that we can't do, but there are things that we can do. Please reach out to us by phone and email for all your other concerns. We have people now, town staff, stationed at home in multiple locations throughout our town with cell phones. So they are reporting incidents out to town staff who are responding appropriately. And just on that point, if I could add, I realize that the call volume has been down significantly. And for that, I sincerely want to thank you, because obviously our residents are realizing the situations that we're in and calling and making their own determination on emergency issues and so on. So for that, I certainly appreciate that. And it's certainly noticeable in our volume of calls. And with our reduced staffing levels and our trying to keep people safe, that's certainly very, very important. I also wanted to reach out this morning and just mention a couple of safety issues. First and foremost, I mentioned it previously, our first responders. If you have to call 911 and you have to make a call for whatever the reason may be, I hope certainly you don't have to make that call, but if you do, please identify with the 911 operators if you have any flu-like symptoms or if you are self-isolating. Now is not the time to have our first responders sick in any way, shape, or form. So whatever we can do for them at this time, and for us, and for their families, please identify these issues if you have them when you call the 911 operator. It'd be greatly appreciated. One of the other things, of course, now that we're all home, there's more things being plugged into walls, there's more things charged. Hopefully we're all cooking more. I encourage people to make sure to be safe when it comes to fire. And what a great time for everybody in their own homes that we're spending a little more time home to go and check our fire alarms and our fire safety equipment, our plans to evacuate our home. What a time for us as families to rejuvenate all that and make sure that we're all safe throughout this. On a lesser note, but certainly just as important, I want to remind people that the disinfectant cloths that you use to clean your homes and clean your sinks and so on, please don't flush them down toilets. Whether that's your own system or whether it's a municipal system, it certainly can play havoc with our sewer system. So please don't flush them down toilets right now. Now is not the time that we need to be dealing with that with everything else that's before us. And just let me say, without closing, I know it's COVID-19 and we're all in our homes and we have our own challenges, some good, some bad. If you're like my house, half the time everything is great and the other half everything is on wheels, but we're coping and we're getting along. And like everybody else, we will get through this. So I encourage people, I sincerely ask you to please stay home and stay safe. Thank you very much.